County students, welcome to lesson 5 of the Pet Responsibility Program. As you can hear, we've got some guests in the background. By now you would have been through 4 lessons of our program and you would have a lot of information that you can use to help the animals of Moore County. So today we're going to chat with you about some places in Moore County that help animals and how you can be on the team. So my name is Miss Angela and this is Miss Tammy, and she's got a number of puppy guests with her, and she's going to tell us a little bit about how these puppies came to be with her. They are in fact being fostered, so we'll explain a little bit about that.
Hi guys, I volunteer for a local rescue that takes in puppies and dogs that are in county shelters and are at risk of being euthanized. And I do a lot of fostering of mamas and puppies. And this little nugget right here, this is Unit, and he was born in a local county shelter, and the county shelter called us and asked if we would take them. So I've had these guys and their mom from when they were about 2 days old, excuse me. And there's 4 behind me. So there were 5 puppies and their mom is a pit bull type dog. So those kinds of dogs don't get adopted very often. But these guys will be going to Rhode Island to another rescue tomorrow morning. So they'll be taking a 16-hour drive tomorrow morning, and hopefully they'll find some great homes.
So in fact, Miss Tammy also has a really strong connection to Snowball, who we've been learning about throughout the program. So Miss Tammy, what is your connection to Snowball?
Well, Snowball was also a pit bull, and she was found in the backyard. Someone had just left her, and she was very pregnant, so a neighbor called the animal shelter and they took her in, and they called me, and about a week and a half later she had 12 puppies. So
the snowflakes.
The snowflakes. And as you know, pit bulls are difficult to find good, responsible homes for. So finally, after about a year and a half, all 12 puppies and Snowball got good, loving, responsible, forever homes. So that's some good news.
And in fact, Snowball was adopted by a 4th grader from Aberdeen Elementary called Michelle. And Michelle and her family had moved to a new home with a fenced yard. And Michelle had been through the program and discussed it with her parents, and they said that she could have a dog. So in fact, she looked in the pilot, and in the center here you'll see a little area, it says Pet of the Week. And actually this article, or this little feature, is in the pilot every week, and it features pets that are looking for homes, and one of them was Snowball. So in fact, Michelle and her family adopted Snowball. At the same time, a classmate of Michelle's, Mason, he lives with his grandmother in an apartment in Aberdeen. And obviously, when you have an apartment, you can't really have a dog running around in it. So his grandmother agreed that he could adopt a cat. So he knew that little animals that are older and black have a hard time getting adopted. So when he went to the shelter with his grandmother, he asked for an older black cat. So they took the grandmother and Mason to the meet and greet room, as it's called, and they waited there, and a staff member at the shelter brought in Barney. And so Mason slowly approached Barney, and Barney really warmed up to him quickly and rubbed against his legs, and they decided that they would adopt Barney. So both Michelle and Mason took the worksheet that they had worked through in lesson 4, which you worked through, with all the different supplies that they would need, and made sure they had everything to bring home Barney and Snowball to their new homes. So that was really a great ending to that story. So Barney and Snowball were both adopted from the Animal Center, and we'd love for you to go online to the home learning page, and you'll see a video there under lesson 5 which says 2 important places. And that video actually shows you the Animal Center of Moore County, which is the county shelter, and it also shows you the Spay-Neuter Clinic in Vass. And the Spay-Neuter Clinic, we really hope that people are going to take advantage of, because when they don't, we end up with puppies like these. Now, oh, that one's got his little mouth caught. There we go. Now, these puppies, as you can see, are a lot of work. So Miss Tammy and her husband are putting a lot of time into making sure they're healthy and strong and ready to go to new homes, but there's just way too many of these puppies and kittens to place. So we're hoping that people will use, and you'll encourage your friends and family to get their pets spayed and neutered. So this little brochure here, which is in your folder, hopefully you can see that, it says Pet Resources. It actually covers information about the clinic, about the county shelter, and also about the emergency vet clinic. And that's a really important place to know about, because when things go wrong, and Miss Tammy knows this,
Yep.
it always goes wrong in the evening or on the weekends, right? And so the emergency vet is open when other vets are not. So you could be a hero if something happens in your family and tell them about the emergency vet clinic. It also has information here on what to do if you lose or find a pet. So it's a really good brochure to keep. Okay, so the I can statement for today, you'll see on your folder here, is I can be an advocate for animals. So let me get that word up here for you. Okay, an advocate. So an advocate is somebody who speaks up for and defends people and animals who can't do that for themselves. They make sure that people and animals are treated with the respect and care that they deserve. And really the way that I remember that word, and I'm going to turn this around, is that it's actually Latin. So the first 2 letters ad mean for, and then the second 3 mean voice. So you're actually being a voice for. And in fact, another 4th grader told me you could actually say cat. You're being a voice for cats and dogs. So you're being an advocate. So in order to be an advocate, you have to know about places, and you have to know information that you can share to make sure that people treat animals correctly. Okay, so another brochure that you have in your folder here is Kids Can Be Advocates Too. So this brochure gives you some ideas of what you can do. It tells you what you can do if you see a pet that's not being cared for correctly. What do you do if you see somebody hurting an animal? It tells you what to do. What you can do to raise money to help the different shelters. So Miss Tammy talked about a private shelter in Moore County. So we have the public shelter, which is the Animal Center. That's owned by you, actually, by the county, the residents of the county. We have private shelters that are run on donations. And we have foster networks where people like Miss Tammy and her husband, Mr. Craig, actually look after animals until they are found good homes. So take a look at this particular brochure and see what you can do. You can start really small by showing your brothers and sisters how they should be treating their pets, by making sure your own pets are well cared for, by teaching your family members what you learned in class. So everything that you have in this folder. So you can start that way. So I'd like to thank you for being a great advocate for pets in Moore County. These little guys are going to thank you too, and they're also going to thank Miss Tammy and her husband for being true advocates. But let's make sure that this doesn't happen. Please spread the word about spaying and neutering your pets. Take care, and we'll see you again. Bye-bye.
You were loud.